Hi guys, today is June 22nd, 2020. Today is actually my birthday, so happy birthday to me. And congratulations to my Patreon users who followed my trades last month, especially option trades, and made money at the expiration last Friday. And if you want to follow my trades and check out my portfolio, and I post trades pretty much on a daily basis, check out the Patreon link in the description of this video. So futures are lower this morning, actually higher this morning, but the implied open is lower. But futures are higher despite the growing number of illness cases across the country, but government stimulus and Fed continue to support the stock market pretty much. And I think we will be in choppy trading, but will accumulate and continue to go higher in the long run. As long as we stay above those trend lines, okay, that I pointed out on the SPY. SPY is the ATF for S&P 500. Okay, so I think we're gonna enter a choppy trading, but in general it's trend higher. Okay, so let's jump to corporate news. Baba. Let's start with Chinese company Alibaba. And Alibaba and JD.com both reported that they handled together a record of 136.5 billion in sales during the Chinese major shopping event known as 618 because it falls on June 18th. And traditionally it's being closely watched and as a measure of health of the consumer in China, and it looks like the consumer in China is recovering, and both of these stocks actually it was a sell-off on Friday on the news. It's like a sell on the news event, but in general I think Baba and JD.com both can go higher from here. Okay, so both of these companies, in my opinion, are pretty good buy. Okay, let's move to Occidental Petroleum, and they got upgraded on Friday to buy from hold by SunTrust with price target of $25. I mean, in general, I mean it's not a bad buy in my opinion. Oxy, it's in pretty good position, but I like COP in this space, ConocoPhillips, and I like Schlumberger. SLB. Okay, if you want to play this space. Okay, these two companies are, in my opinion, a little bit better buy than Oxy. Okay, so let's jump to the next company, which is Disney. Okay, so Disney was actually in the news because Wells Fargo analysts hike a price target to $118 to from $107 and maintain equal weight rating on the stock because they said that they remain pessimistic about the reopening of the parks, and I actually agree with them, and I think it's not a good time to buy Disney in my opinion. I mean, it could be a long-term buy, a very long-term buy, but I think Disney could come down to low hundreds, if you were seeking to buy it a little bit lower or make a better buy on Disney. Okay, so Penn National Gaming. Okay, so this company said that it has resumed operations in 30 of the company's 41 properties. It's a casino operator. And in general, not a bad setup for Penn, PENN, because as you can see, this 50-day moving average crossing a 200-day moving average. So technical setup is not bad, actually pretty good. And in general, maybe it's not a bad idea to buy this. But in this space, I like LVS, actually, Las Vegas Sands. And pretty good setup for Las Vegas Sands in my opinion, and could be a good buy on a pullback like around $45. Okay, so the next company is Spotify. So Spotify is a music service, as you know. It's jumped on Friday after Rosenblatt Securities hike its price target to $275 from $190 also raised its revenue projections after company landed exclusive deals with Joe Rogan and Kim Kardashian. But I think Spotify is trading too high, in my opinion, even though it may go a little bit higher. But RSI, it's 77, 78 is a little bit overbought for me. So I would like it to come down to buy this, SPOT. Okay, next company is KMX, CarMax. Okay, so CarMax is a used car seller. Posted quarterly revenue on Friday that beat analyst expectations. Comparable sales fell, but was better than expected. So that's a better setup for KMX actually than, for example, for a previous company, which is Spotify. And I think it's a pretty good setup to buy this on a pullback. KMX. Okay, the next company I want to talk about is Tortoise acquisition. Tortoise acquisition. It's in the news because this thing is hot as a pistol, because they announced that they will be merging with Hyliion, which is the electric car maker or electric truck maker, and they said there will be a combined company will be trading under symbol as of HYLN later in the year, and will have a market cap of 1.5 billion, and it actually includes the cash that they will have to raise. I think 325 million in cash they will have to raise from private financing. And I think, I mean, I have to do more in-depth analysis of this thing, but as a naked eye, I mean, I'm looking at this, I mean, it's trading extremely high. I mean, the RSI is just like 97 is like crazy high, but in general, it's not a bad spec in my opinion. It's actually, if you let it come down a little bit, I mean, because it's trading extremely high, I mean, in the area of like maybe like $13, that would be a good opportunity to get into this company. And because a lot of people draw a comparison to like a Nikola deal and Vector IQ deal. So pretty much the same thing, because Tortoise is a special acquisition company specializing in private investment, and same thing as a Vector IQ and Nikola. And people are very optimistic about this deal because Nikola went up an enormous percentage after that. So not a bad idea maybe to speculate on this, but let the shares come down first. SHLL. Okay. NVAX. Novavax. So Novavax was hiked, price target hiked by Cantor Fitzgerald to $88, citing recent additions of well-known and established veterans to the executive team. I mean, in general, I was very pessimistic about Novavax just because of this reason, because their management team I really didn't like, because they made a lot of hype before in previous years, but never really delivered. And this company is trading at extremely high valuations right now. And it could be going higher, I don't know. But in general, I would be careful at these levels with this stock. Okay, NVAX. In this space, I like Inovia Pharmaceuticals. It's a much better buy in my opinion. I like Vir Biotechnologies. Vir is a little bit higher than I want, but still not a bad speculative stock. Okay, and Moderna, of course. Moderna is pretty good place right now, and I think it has a much better technical setup than Novavax, for example. Okay, so let's move on to Virgin Galactic. It signed a deal with NASA to develop a recruitment and training program for private astronauts seeking to visit International Space Station. So SPCE is opening a little bit higher, but I think it's not a bad idea actually to speculate on this stock. But I would let it come down after the open and maybe establish a position. That's not a bad idea. Okay, so Walmart. Walmart was upgraded by UBS to buy from neutral, citing faster productivity and fast growth in e-commerce. It's actually is not a bad idea to buy this stock actually because it's trading at 119, opening at 121. Maybe like a swing trade could work. WMT, AAL. Okay, AAL is trading lower and all airlines are trading lower this morning actually after AAL announced it will seek 3.5 billion in new financing. It plans to sell 1.5 billion in stock and convertible notes, another 1.5 billion senior notes, and open 500 million credit facility. AAL is not the stock that you want to be in, to tell the truth, because it has a lot of debt. I think it will finish the year with 55 billion in debt. So AAL, I wouldn't be in this stock as a long-term shareholder. So the shoes, and as you can see here, the MACD is crossing here, so the shares will go lower. And actually, another airline company reported that UAL, United Airlines, that they may launch a 5 billion debt sale this week. So all the airlines are lower on these announcements, including Delta and including LUV. So in general, I like LUV and Delta the most. The other airlines are, especially American Airlines and UAL, in my opinion, are not in such a good position. Okay, so next company is FCAU, Fiat Chrysler. Okay, Fiat Chrysler reported that they're close to winning Italian government approval for 7 billion crisis loan. And on another note, analysts from Redburn upgraded the stock to buy from neutral. And it's not a bad setup for FCAU actually. Pretty good considering they're close to getting a loan, and I think would be a very interesting buy in my opinion. Okay, Tesla. Tesla is always in the news. Tesla reported that they have moved its annual shareholders and battery day meeting to September 15, and Elon Musk wants in-person meeting pretty much. I still have this drawing of the double bottom here, double bottom points here, and the Tesla, I think, in my opinion, will continue to go higher. I don't know how high it will go, but it will continue higher, in my opinion. And the last but not least is DKNG. So DraftKings, initiated by Jefferies, which feels like that the company is best positioned to capitalize at the growth of the digital sports in the United States. So not a bad technical setup for DKNG, but tells the truth in my opinion. It's fundamentally, it's trading very high, but looks like it's going higher. So I have to go along with the trade. Alright guys, that's it. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click the like button, and I'll see you Thursday.